Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is my fabulous Friday Facebook Live. It's 4 o'clock, and I have been to Stampin' Up's OnStage in Long Beach, so I missed last week. But I have things I'd like to share with you that I got while I was there. So one of the traditions that we have is to have a prize patrol during the main stage events. And I was so lucky to win this package of the Coastal Scenic Coast 6x6 Specialty Designer Series paper. And can you tell? Okay. I'm waiting to see. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was waiting to see if it came up on my monitor. Anyway, can you see that shimmer? Isn't that awesome? It's just so pretty. And this is one of the designs. The reverse side is like this kind of water and waves. There's this one, a beautiful sunset reflected in the water. And the back is a darker view of the water. There's this one. And this is the back. It is part of a suite called Sunset Coastal, I think. Coastal Scenes or something. Has a wonderful die set and stamp set that has a lighthouse, and it also has a ship, and it is a circle cut out with the shading, the shadow of the lighthouse and the ship. And when this goes live, I'll be able to, when the catalog goes live, I'll be able to show it to you. This is the back. Get this turned the right direction. Just look at the way those white waves shimmer. There's the back there. There's a duplicate. There's that. And that's what the back looks like. There are 8 pieces of each design. And there should be 6 designs. So that was one thing that I really was excited about. Also, they gave us 2 stamp sets. This one is Family Celebration. Let me get it out. Both of these stamp sets are word ones. This one is says a very and to you, and I like the script on it and the printing thing. And it's a nice big set. Photopolymer. And then they gave us the Sending Salutations, which we then used to make one of our make-and takes. And it has a series of greetings. Congratulations on your achievement. I'm here for you. Cheers to you. I hope all things wonderful are headed your way. Sending best wishes for health and healing to a marvelous person on their birthday. Wishing you a bright and beautiful future. So it's great because it has one stamp greeting for the front and one for the inside. So if you said, congratulations on your achievement, here's to a new chapter. Or you could say, wishing you a bright and beautiful future. Here's to a new chapter. Thanks so much for your friendship. I don't know what I'd do without you. I truly appreciate all you do. So we used that for one of our make and takes. And it used some designer series paper from one of the suites that is black and white, just black and white images. And Honestly, I was not impressed with it because I'm not a black and white person. I like color. But when we colored this design with the blender pens, oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? And I chose, this one says cheers to you, and this one says sending best wishes for health and healing. So I have a couple of cards finished with that. Another of the make and takes. We had one each day. And another one was this one that included, no, well, they gave us this kit, this bundle of embellishments. I don't have the package with it to tell you what it is. But anyway, it's one of the series of ephemera. And we were to use that with the make and take. And they gave us 2 envelopes and 2 of the small cards. And we were using a couple of stencils. The dotted one and the one that looks like giraffe skin, as far as I'm concerned. And it is, and then we used, I think it was Pretty Peacock, and used a blending brush and did that. And a couple of the greetings out of this greeting thing. And they had us also do a little bit on the envelopes. Now this this stencil, a lady did a demonstrator did a demonstration on the big in the main scene using this bundle that has this in her, and she used this as stones. She used this as a giraffe skin. She used it as the back of a turtle, and used it as, like a beach thing. A wide variety of ways that it could be used. So those were our make and takes. We also were given a package of these Sunset Sparkle sequins, which coordinate with the Coast Designer Series paper. We also, in our bags, and I think you've seen the bags, they are beautiful blue quilted, let me get it. Beautiful blue quilted bags. The back side has 2 zippers so you can slide it on the handle of your suitcase, or you can zip one up. Yeah, zip up. There. And you can use it for a cell phone pocket or whatever. It has one pocket for a water bottle or cell phone. And the inside has this wonderful blue polka dot. Has a couple of pockets in there. And you can turn it inside out and use that side if you wanted, because the zipper works both ways. And then it has a strap for crossbody to fasten on here. Love, love, love it. I'm not a big bag person, but this I'm going to keep. Actually, I wish I had a jacket out of this beautiful soft blue quilted material. Oh, it would be so snuggly. And inside that was a notebook to keep notes, 3 pens, and as part of ordering, you could order swag items, and I had chosen to order a set of 4 of these things that clip on, and it's a pen holder that you can transfer from one thing to another notebook. The notebook itself has an elastic thing to hold it. Now, part of the Well, so we did have some product experience time where we could go and try out some of the new products. This one is a impressions thing that we made. The die cuts out, and then you mist it. After you've cut it out, you mist it, and you put an kind of a foam thing on it into the sandwich instead of the top cutting plate, and that presses it so that it's like dry embossing, but it's using the die, and it's really, really pretty. Then that was part of the product experience. They had given us this little thing and 6 of the this size flip-flaps to make a coloring techniques sampler. So one of the techniques was highlighting the ink lifter, the color lifter of the Stampin' Blends, and I've used it to push the stamp when I've had an oops and pushed it in so that it was inside the lines and not quite so strong outside the lines. But this was to make designs by scribbling with the ink. Let me show you. I don't know how well to show on this, but so you just would scribble like this, and then you take the color lifter, and you can do it either the brush or the bullet point, and you can, if this has enough left in it, it's not going to pop up very well. Any rate, you put it on, and it doesn't look like there's going to be much happening. And then all of a sudden, it lightens like this. You can see the stripes. You can even write, I wrote cheers here. It's kind of subtle, but the slower you go with it, the more of the color lifter fluid gets on there, and so you would get a stronger image. So that was one of the projects. We are now going to have white markers, and so we practiced with that. You get, when you go slow, you'll get more ink, and if you go fast, you'll get less, a smaller line. This does require a little time for it to dry. So that was another one of the projects to play with, things to try. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, this was using color pencils, the watercolor pencils, and the blender pen, and showing how you can smooth it out using the blender pen instead of water with the watercolor pencils. Now we have, in the new in colors, there are some shimmer pens, and I don't know if you can catch it, but they're shimmery like the Wink of Stella, but they're colored. Awesome. They were so much fun to use. And then the other thing was we did have a chance to stamp with the new in color ink pads, which I did not get a chance to do. So that was a product thing. Now, kind of customary to have pillow gifts. Stampin' Up! Is really good for pillow gifts for people that are earning the incentive trips. But as roommates, we do pillow gifts also. So one of my roommates, who has decided to start a business of making banners on Etsy, made this banner for us as a roommate. It says, "I heart Stampin' Up!" which was cool. She, unlike most banners where you just string a string, she actually used small brads and a little circle to hold them together. So you could tape them up. And what's really cool is they fold up really pretty nicely. So there was that pillow gift. And my other roommate decorated this box with the sweet lamb. It says, "You make me happy." And inside, she gave us this darling little tea light. And the cup says, "Good friends light up the world." I love it. Well, can't get it to turn. Anyway, so that was another pillow gift. I had given, using the old clamshell, empty clamshell boxes, stamp boxes. I had filled it with the tape, the Post-it tape, and some labels, Post-it tabs to work on the catalog, and chocolate, of course, chocolate. So I participated in a swap. So there's this card that we got. And this one. This one. This one from the Easter. This one. And this one that she used the banner punch. Now let's see, what else? I did sign up for the after hours play to play, not play to pay. Play to pay would be cool if somebody would pay for me to play. And it had 4 projects with this stamp set, fern and floral dies. The dies and the stamp set. And it included some of the dewdrops embellishments to go with it. Came with pre-punched because they didn't have die cutting machines there, so the dies were all pre-punched for us. And the stamp sets were, the designs were really very cool. I didn't get them finished because I'm not a fast stamper. I did get this much done. It was for this card, this one here. But this is as far as I got with it. They had actually printed out on regular paper, printed out the colors for the layers, and they were, you, on the back side, on the white side, there were dotted lines for you to cut them out with your scissors or paper trimmer. Anyway, beautiful designs, just didn't have enough time to get them finished. And in the pamphlet, each card had the directions, the measurements, and the instructions. I imagine when I get settled back in, I will go ahead and make these. So that is about it. We did have a pre-order. And on the pre-order, I was very conservative. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. The catalog. I can't show you the inside until it becomes live, until it is live, and it will be May 5th. They'll be live. It is about the same weight as the other seasonals, a little bit thicker, but about the same weight. It's in this format, and the others will be in this format as well. It starts out with at the front, the sweets are all featured there, but not the individual parts of the sweets, just the whole sweet. So that if you are one of these people like me, I want it all, you can go there and you can buy it, the sweet, and you're done for that. But then if you say, well, I like the sweet, but I don't want the whole thing, I don't want this, or I don't want this, so I just want the bundle. So for the back, the next thing in the catalog are the bundles. And then after that are just the stamps that are in the suite, and some stamps that are standalone stamps. Then you get to the dies and the embossing folders, and then at the back you get to the embellishments that are in the suites. So you get to see the various components more than once, which is a good marketing stamp thing. And then at the back there is an index, so you can find it all. And this will run from May through August. And then a new catalog will come out for September through December, like we've had before, and January through April, like we've had before. And that is the sequence that they're going to go forward with. A little bit of the advantage to it for demonstrators is it's going to be easier, less expensive to mail because it's lighter weight than the full one. And the reality is that most people will buy what they want out of a catalog, and when the new catalog comes along, they forget about what else was in the catalog that they might have wanted because they want to focus on the new things. So that was their considerations when they did this. There are certain things that will still be in the catalog every time, like the inks, the color families, the tools and stuff, so that they will always be in the catalog. Some of the stamps and some of the dies and stuff may be moved to online once the catalog is over, and others will be put onto the last chance list. But we won't have to be worrying about keeping track of what's in the annual catalog while we're also keeping track of these catalogs. So it's an improvement. There's other improvements that are coming along the line, but I will hold off on that until later. So thank you for watching. This is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. Rain or shine, it's stamping time. It's been just a kind of a brief overlook of what we got at convention and some of the announcements. If you have any questions, my email is sue@soggystamper.com. My blog is soggystamper.com. If you need any products, be happy to have you to be your demonstrator, the fastest way to get there is to go to my blog, and in the upper right-hand corner is a Shop 24/7 button, or you could type in creationsbysue.stampinup.net. I got that when I first started being a demonstrator and decided it would be a little hard to change it to the Soggy Stamper. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll put this video up on my Facebook channel, The Soggy Stamper, this afternoon. And if you're interested in getting the catalog when it's, just send me an email at Sue@soggystamper.com with your phone number and your mailing address. I'll be happy to send you one. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.